In 1985, Kate Bush released a haunting track about love, empathy, and sacrifice. It was powerful, poetic, and decades ahead of its time, yet it never reached the top of the global charts. Fast forward nearly 40 years, and suddenly this song wasn't just back, it was everywhere. On TikTok, on the Billboard charts, in the headlines, and at the center of one of Netflix's most unforgettable TV scenes. The world was asking, how did Kate Bush, one of music's most reclusive artists, suddenly find herself back in the spotlight? Let's dive into the story. Kate Bush wasn't just another pop singer. In the late 70s and 80s, she was a phenomenon. Discovered as a teenager by Pink Floyd's David Gilmour, she quickly became known for her ethereal voice and her ability to tell stories through music like no one else. Her debut single, Wuthering Heights, shot to #1 in the UK in 1978, making her the first female artist to top the British charts with a self-written song. Her career that followed was bold, eccentric, and deeply creative. Bush fused art, literature, and music into something unique, from interpretive dance in her videos to her operatic vocal style. She wasn't chasing trends, she was creating her own. By the time Running Up That Hill, A Deal with God was released, in 1985, Kate Bush was already an icon in Britain. The song itself reached #3 in the UK, but in the US, it barely cracked the top 40, stalling at #30. A masterpiece, yes, but a hidden one, especially for American audiences. Running Up That Hill wasn't just catchy, it was profound. The song is about empathy in its truest sense. The longing to switch places with someone, to understand their struggles by literally making a deal with God to trade lives. For many fans, the song spoke to the quiet, pain and complexity of relationships. It's been described as both romantic and heartbreaking, about love, loss, and the human desire to bridge the unbridgeable. Over the years, it became a cult anthem, loved by die-hard Kate Bush fans, covered by artists like Placebo, and included in movie soundtracks. But it never had its mainstream chart-topping moment. Not yet. Then came Stranger Things. Season 4, Episode 4, the moment fans now call Dear Billy. Max, played by Sadie Sink, is caught in Vecna's curse, pulled into the Upside Down and about to be killed. Her friends scramble, desperate to save her, and discover the only thing that can break Vecna's grip: music. Specifically, Max's favorite song, Running Up That Hill. As her body levitates, her mind trapped in Vecna's world, the haunting synths of Kate Bush's track begin to play. The scene is both terrifying and cathartic. Max runs toward the cake's light, toward her memories of friendship, while Bush's voice soars, "If I only could, I'd make a deal with God." It wasn't just a powerful TV moment, it was unforgettable. Viewers were in tears, and the internet exploded. Suddenly, a whole new generation wanted to know, who was Kate Bush? The results were immediate and staggering. Spotify reported that streams of Running Up That Hill increased by over 9,000% in a single week. 9,000. The song shot up the global charts, reaching #1 in the UK nearly 4 decades after it was released. That broke the record for the longest ever gap between #1 hits in British chart history. In the United States, something even more historic happened. Kate Bush scored her first ever top 10 single, peaking at #3 on the Billboard Hot 100. For context, she had never before reached the US top 10, not even in her heyday. On TikTok, the song went viral, with millions of edits, fan tributes, and memes using its soaring chorus. Some were heartfelt, people sharing clips of overcoming struggles. Others were silly or surreal. But together they created a movement. The song became more than just a soundtrack for a TV show. It became a generational anthem, all over again. And for Kate Bush, an artist who had famously avoided the spotlight for decades, the world was suddenly at her doorstep again. Kate Bush is known for her privacy. She rarely gives interviews. She doesn't chase fame. But the phenomenon was too big to ignore. For the first time in years, Kate Bush issued a public statement on her own website. She wrote, "You might have heard that the first part of the fantastic, gripping new series of Stranger Things has recently been released on Netflix. It features the song Running Up That Hill, which is being given a whole new lease of life by the young fans who love the show. I'm overwhelmed by the scale of affection and support the song is receiving, and it's all happening so fast. It wasn't just a polite thank you. Bush sounded genuinely touched, even amazed, that decades after writing the song, it was connecting so powerfully with a new generation. She gave interviews to BBC Radio 4, calling the moment extraordinary and admitting she was thrilled to be part of Max's storyline. For longtime fans, it was surreal. Kate Bush, who had been reclusive for so long, was suddenly back in the headlines. What happened with Running Up That Hill is more than just a viral spike. It's proof of how powerful storytelling and pop culture can be when they collide. Stranger Things didn't just pick a random 80s track, they found a song that perfectly matched the emotional weight of the story. And in doing so, they didn't just save Max, they gave Kate Bush her most triumphant moment. Decades after its release, Running Up That Hill became Kate Bush's signature song on a global scale. It broke records. It introduced her to millions who had never heard her name before. And it cemented her as one of the most timeless artists of the last half-century. So what do you think? Which other songs deserve a second life like this one? Let me know in the comments below. And for more incredible pop culture stories, click the link in the description, and don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Story Vaulted.